Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Will of DDT, a Pirate Rumble. My name is Irrelevant and I'm here with Mujinator, and today we got round 4 of Sully Abode's double case tournament, 200 player case tournament. And listen, if you're 4 episodes in, you know what to expect. This is a tournament, huge prizing, and Mujinator, let's just get right into it, I say, right?
I'm ready to go.
Alright, so today we have a red Zoro versus black blue Sakazuki. A repeat, different players, but the same exact matchup that we had in round 1. And Mujinator, I think you commentated that game.
Yep.
What do you remember from that game?
I remember a very decisive victory from the Sakazuki player against the Zoro. And I'm going to be honest, I am very surprised that I'm seeing a Zoro at the top tables by round 4. So I really want to see how this game is going to turn out.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, it makes sense, right? Zoro, you go wide. Yeah, Lucci takes care of 2 of your units, but if you go wide, he just played 2 buggies first round. If he plays a Lucci on curve, that's tough. But he'll be at 3 down, so he can't even do that. But I think this is what you want to do as Zoro, right?
Yeah,
you go second.
I think the biggest difference from this game and the first round we saw was that the Zoro player was not able to find any of the searchers.
Right.
Whereas in this game, he just played
down.
2
searchers right now, and
I think that's gonna make a big difference here.
And again, the biggest thing is that they both can't be instantly removed right now, right?
Yeah.
So those buggies are going to swing next turn, so he has 3 swings available already, and that is not what Sakazuki wants to see. He does not like aggression. And a Makino.
Oh, and the Makino.
This is exactly what Zoro wants in this matchup. He wants to go balls to the wall, just very, in your face against Sakazuki, and I think he just swung 6 or 7.
Exactly. So again, usually the Zoro player, they usually don't want to swing this early. They usually want to build up maybe 3 or 4 more low-cost units. But this matchup, the Zoro knows that he's got to swing with everything he has, or else it's going to be removed next turn.
Right.
Which is exactly what he's doing.
And here, I think this is very smart what he did. Instead of going 5-7, he went 6-6.
Yep.
Because Sakazuki are low on 2K, and look at that, he did have a 2K, so it paid off.
Yeah.
So we're seeing why Kyle is on this top table in round 4. That is beautifully played. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to swing 6-6 instead of 7-5.
I know a lot of people are always talking about magic numbers, always swing 5s, always swing 7s. But I think as the game has evolved and people have kind of understood the game more, there's a lot of merit in swinging 6s. Because you're just getting a lot of resources out of their hand. Even if you're not getting 2Ks, 2 cards out of their hand, you're still getting rid of a 2K. And that's going to make a big difference towards the late game.
Right.
Especially with the Zoro player.
And so you do see the Lucci, and that was expected, right? We were
but again,
he got full value of the 2 buggies. That's all you can
I wouldn't
ask
feel
for.
too bad. We knew this was going to happen. But again, I think the buggies did their job. And the Zoro still should feel pretty good about where they are in the game.
He got a lot of value out of those buggies, and the Sakazuki has no blockers. He's down to 2 life right now, and I don't know the hand size, but he's just gonna swing 7.
We do know that, swinging 7s, but we do know those 6K swings from the previous turn. Sakazuki already doesn't have too many 2K
he doesn't
counters,
have a lot of 2Ks, huh?
So the early aggression is going to pay off a lot.
Oh man, he's already down at 1.
Again, he has to take it. Yep.
Oh, I think that's pretty smart. Yeah, I think
that's
pretty smart. Just you do want to go for face, but you also want to remove their unit who can kill you.
I like how he didn't play any characters this turn, because what is Sakazuki going to do if he has nothing to remove? Right. He's not going to play a card for no reason, right?
Right. He can play blockers.
Yeah, so
if they're not removing your board, they're developing blockers, right? And just a little nut tap going 5 at face. Easy counter. That Nami is probably not going to be played. It's going to be too slow at this point. 7, I expect this to hit.
It seems like he's going to try to counter out of that. And he does 2K and a 1K.
No,
there.
that's the event, the discard one for 3K.
Oh, the discard one. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah, the
So
glare was a little weird.
yeah,
there.
the Makino, or sorry, the Curly Dedan. Again, at this point in the game, when things are so fast paced, like if you don't play your searchers in your first 1 or 2 rounds, maybe it's probably like you want to be looking for your rush units then.
Yeah.
So he's
And-
just discarded a Nami, discarded a Curly Dedan. It's like, hey, I'm not gonna be searching anymore. I'm gonna try
Yeah.
to go for game now.
And the black player is doing exactly, or the black blue Sakazuki player is doing exactly what you wanted to do. He put the blocker up. He did have anything to remove. And honestly, even though the Sakazuki player only has 1 life, it still looks like he's in a pretty good spot to survive the late game. Never mind. There is
man.
the Rush Luffy unblockable.
Rush Luffy unblockable, and it just seems like the Sakazuki has such tough times with counters right now because he had to block and a 1K.
So much at the beginning, and he takes that. And if he doesn't get rid of that Luffy somehow this turn,
No, yeah, he can. He can. But
Yeah.
if there's a Diablo Jambi in that hand, the game's over, right?
that is probably my favorite card in red right now. I love when people run that card because it just completely overrides any of the walls.
If you're at
No
no
health, you might as well have no blockers on board if that card's
Exactly. So
Um,
my question is, do you even want to swing with that Borsellino, or do you want to keep it up just in case?
Oh man, I think it's a little silly. You have to play around the. You have to give yourself hope, right?
Yeah, that is true.
You have to give yourself hope. If you could go for game, then I think you try swinging with Borsellino.
Yeah.
But you have to hit him 4
I-
times. You can't do
I'm
that
not
right
too
now.
familiar with Zoro decks right now. Do they run 4 of this Rush Luffy, or multiple copies of it?
I'm pretty sure at least 2 to 3 of my guess.
Okay.
There's
So
just
it's
so many
entirely possible he
blockers.
could have another one. in there.
Yeah, that's very
his
possible.
hand.
But like, there's so many
Yeah.
blockers in this meta, right? Like this card
Yeah.
is so insane right now. And you're seeing the power of it. He has to get rid of it. He probably will. Like,
Yeah, here he reduced it by 3. It looks like.
I wonder
Or
where
is
the
it at
3
3 cost?
came from. No, I think it's at 3 cost. Yeah,
It's
he,
at 3 cost.
he just
okay.
used Meteor. What is that? Great Eruption. That's what the card's
Yeah,
called.
great option. So he's okay.
So
So it looks like he's doing some thinking here.
this game
I
is
know
going
we were
by
talking about
extremely fast.
I mean, Zoro, come on.
Yeah,
Zoro
that's
players,
true.
they just play fast regardless. But I know you and I were talking about it the other day. Even though Sakazuki is probably one of the strongest decks released, it's not autoplay. You still have to think it through. And you can definitely see the Sakazuki player trying to map out his play in the best way possible
No,
because he has to make sure it's perfect or else he loses next turn.
right. Let's not get it twisted. It is the craziest, most broken deck that has been released. There's no
Yeah.
doubt. But
Yeah, I agree.
it's not like Katakuri.
Yeah, you
Like,
definitely still
It,
put
it
thought
actually is a hard deck. I think it's harder than Red Green Law from OP1
Yeah.
to play. Honestly.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Because I can play that deck. I struggle with Sakazuki. It's just not
Yeah.
my playstyle. But I don't know if you saw that card in his hand, Mujinator.
I did not see what it was.
You're in for a reckoning right now.
Uh-oh.
Like, we talked about it, and I think he's gonna do it.
Is
Yeah.
it another Rush Luffy? Oh, he's looking to trash.
Hey, he's looking
Man,
for trash.
At this point, come on, man. You don't gotta look.
Listen.
Know.
There's no
know
health.
what it
There's
means.
no health. You're playing against a Straw Hat character leader.
Yeah.
Ah, man. Like,
Is it a
I don't
Diablo
think that-
Jambi? Is
I
it a
don't-
Rush Luffy? I wonder what it's gonna be.
you'll see in a second, but I have a feeling I know what he's gonna do right now. I just saw the card in his hand, and we already talked about it. And
Listen, if our previous Pirate Rumbles have taught us anything, it's that when your opponent looks at your trash, just expect
bro,
the next
just
turn
expect to
be
get
real
cooked.
bad.
Just expect
You're about to get
absolutely-
cooked, man.
When they ask for the trash, just scoop. Just start scooping.
Listen, there's 2 questions you don't want to hear when you have 0 life: cards in hand, or can I see your trash? And it looks like both of those questions were asked.
Oh
And
man.
I know that Sakazuki player's sweating.
Oh man. He probably asked him if he has Dawn up too. It's tough.
No, that's
and there's
not-
one
no,
Dawn. Oh.
No, there is
Yeah,
the
that's
Diablo
it. That's
Jambi
it.
all
That's
over
it.
there.
That's it. That has to
And
be it, right?
There's no way he has enough counters, and
Oh, he's
stop
doing
that.
some math.
he's gonna try.
Okay. Oh? There's no way, right?
There's
Yeah, there's no way. Wow.
there's no way. Yeah. Okay.
Oh man, a
Wow.
speed run of a game.
Speed run game,
But
but again,
let's talk about what went down, right? Let's talk about what had to happen for that to be a speed run. And I think if we go back, it literally started here.
right here. The fact 2 buggy searchers into the Makino,
Ex-
all 6k swings is crazy.
Crazy. 7, a 6, and a 6 on your second turn.
And he had to get rid of so many cards on Sakazuki's side because he knew if he gave away too much early, he wouldn't be able to survive till the end.
Yep,
so he had to
absolutely.
counter out of them. And that just translated really bad for him into the late game.
And it just snowballed from there, right? The early, super early aggression, the buggies were not removed immediately, and so they had a chance to just do damage, and they did so much damage. All 3 of those attack hit, I think.
Yep. And I think that's why Zoro is becoming a very popular pick into the Sakazuki matchup. It's because even though their cards are being removed, their cards are already doing their job once they're removed. So a lot of like the yellow, again, yellow's being very popular. A lot of the yellow cards, they kind of just sit there until they get removed. Whereas the red cards, they get on board and they swing right away. So even if they're moved, they've already done their job.
So I think
at least Zoro does a lot better into Sakazuki than we initially thought.
Sure, but at the same time, like the first game we saw, like if Sakazuki gets the Lucian curve, you know, like if things go his way, it's a stomp for Sakazuki. But if things go Zoro's way, this was kind of a stomp of a game too, you know? Like So I mean, it's just one of those things. Die roll, draw. At the end of the day, it is a card game. Both players played great. Congrats to Kyle for winning round 4, but not much to say here. It was a like quick game, and I think with that we will call it. And we hope you guys liked it. Please comment, like, and keep an eye out for round 5. It should be out very soon.
All right, peace, guys.
Thanks, guys.